Hey everybody, Sean here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in Desperados 3, grabbing the Exterminator achievement. This one is to kill 10 small animals on mission number 10. Highly recommend that you use cheat codes for this, so head into options, plug in a USB keyboard, and type this one in. This is not supported, all one word, no capital letters. That should enable the dev commands. The commands are going to work like this. I'm going to leave both control schemes up on the screen so you can get a feel for both control methods, controller, or keyboard and mouse. This one is obviously going to be done on mission number 10, New Orleans. As soon as you start, make sure you turn on the cheat codes right away, and then we're going to get to finding the animals. Now, this achievement is going to be a little rough because it's kind of RNG. Starting out in this opening area, you should have 2 rats right here. To kill a rat, all you have to do is just step on it. It might take a few go-arounds, so just make sure once you spot a rat, just keep walking on top of it until it dies. And you know you are good once the rat has turned into a blood splatter. Then what you want to do is you want to make sure you head down the street and then head into this area with the well. There should be 2 rats here. However, the rats do tend to get stuck on the geometry. So if that happens and you don't get any rats, it's just time to move on. There should be about a dozen and a half or so rats in the level, so there is a little bit of room for a margin of error in case you get some glitchy rats. Nonetheless, if you have rats there or not, once you take care of them, just round the corner and then head down this main street right here. There should be a rat over here by this light leading into this big central garden area with the fountain. So just make sure you look for it. Once again, you might have to pull the camera out a bit and be careful that the rat doesn't get stuck on geometry. I also recommend making a save every time you find a few rats, because if you are having bad luck with the rat spawn, you can always just refer back to your saves. After taking care of that, we are going to tilt the camera up to the docks. There should be a crab right here. Crabs will also count towards this achievement. It's going to be any small animal, which is pretty much just rats and crabs. So take out the one and only crab over there, and that should count towards the achievement as well. It's going to be at this point where we are going to need to open up the map in order to find any more animals. So we are just going to continue on with the main story objectives. Pretty much you just need to teleport to these 3 people and then take them out and then pickpocket the letter off of them. Once you get the okay to regroup, just make sure you find that location on the map, and then just make sure you warp all 3 of your characters over here. Obviously making sure you have the cheats enabled on all 3 of them so they are both invisible and immortal. Once you get everyone over here, we can continue on with the story. This part of the map should open up to us. So head on into this courtyard. There should be 2 rats around the lantern on the barrel. They tend to get stuck between the barrel and those sacks right there, so they may not appear right away. It's going to be another, you might want to come back to this later or reload from your save. Anyways, we are going to skip past that area for now, and we are just going to head down south. You want to make sure you head down here. There is going to be this area with the crane. Warp down here. There usually are going to be 2 rats right here, one by this kind of palm plant, and then another one by the lamppost. Once again, they tend to get stuck on the geometry or kind of run under the cart, so you kind of have to be a little patient and lucky at the same time. Nonetheless, try to get as many as you can, and then once you take care of that, just warp to this back road right here behind the stagecoaches. There is usually going to be 1 rat out here in the open, so try your best to find him and then squish him, and then we should be good for moving on. So just make sure you kill him, and then we can move on to the last area. So make sure you do this before completing the last objective. So whatever you do, do not continue on with the next story objective. The reason for that is the next story objective is going to end the mission, which will obviously void the achievement since we have to be in the mission in order to work on it. We're going to head into this shipping yard. There's usually going to be 3 to 4 rats here. They might take a while to spawn since they tend to run in and out of the crates, so just stick around here as long as you can and try to get as many rat kills as you can here. This is where you want to try to get the bulk of the achievement. So once you manage to kill 10 rats, you should be good for it. 15 gamer score. If you still don't have it, you might need to reload the chapter and try again. Once again, the rat spawn is a little finicky, but that's how you do it, and that's all there is to it.